What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another series and episode of the Universim. This is 1.0, the full proper release, and there's a lot of changes to see and do. The old saves are not able to continue, unfortunately. It does say that when you load in. So here we go. I'm just creating the same as before. The largest planet, just for the sake of it, really. Gonna go with all down the middle and Highlander to start.
Wake up. Wake up, Creator. This is the beginning of your story. It starts with nothing. Nothing but an infinite void. However, you, with a single touch, can awaken the light. And so the universe sprang into being. Worlds filled with endless potential were scattered into the beyond. They formed into many different shapes and sizes. And while most were doomed to drift among the cosmos barren and alone, others flourished. These few planets soon became home to the greatest phenomenon of all. Life. However, life is a peculiar thing. It comes and goes as swiftly as a bit of space debris burning up in an atmosphere. A creator's purpose was always that of an observer, to simply admire the fleeting beauty of life's beginnings and ends. Yet this balance could never last. The issue with allowing a species to evolve independently is that they always fail to do so. For life to have a better chance of succeeding, it needs a helping hand. Here we are. Welcome to Mother Planet. This is a bare sight, for it came to be that there was day and night, warmth and cold, and water to flow through the planet's veins. The soil was rich with minerals, which gave rise to a thick blanket of green. The perfect ecosystem was formed. It is no wonder, then, why life has chosen to inhabit it. A new species has been born, and they need guidance. This is your purpose now. Their very existence rests in your hands.
So hopefully you enjoyed that intro. If you skipped it, no problem. If you didn't, you will have noticed that it is actually different to the original one. Slightly longer, more in depth, and a few extra sneak peeks on the planets as well, or at least what I could see. So we're going to come in now and have a look. There are new things I'm spotting all over the place in terms of the way the game, the first globe works. This building here, for example, is brand new. I've got no idea what it is. Can't click on it just yet because we need to place the epicenter. Moving in swiftly to get my epicenter placed next to the largest body of water there is, as per. And I also see something else in the wind, which is a walking tree. Now, I don't know if I'm going mad, but I'm seeing a walking tree right there, and we'll take a closer look very shortly. Go. So accepted the epicenter as normal and zooming in, and that is a walking tree. He's hiding now, but it is a mysterious walking tree. So that's no idea what that's about. So I've gone with blue this time. No reason, just picked a random colour. Now, I appreciate that this is a day late. Yesterday, when the actual game was released at 6 PM my time, it was a bit late to come in and get a video done and out. However, I did try and then go live, but realised it's running off. and then realised that to go live on YouTube, you have to request it 24 hours before the first time. So
Sometimes
that's not an
I
option
feel
either.
like I put too
So what
much
I've decided to
faith
do
in
instead
you,
is come
Creator.
at you
Your
with 2
civilization
episodes
won't
today.
get very far
Of course, if you haven't got
without
time to watch them
researching new
both, you're more than
technology.
welcome to spread them over a bit of time. But I thought as a sort of bonus, I'll do 2 episodes, play them both on the same day, so that at least then day 2, we are day 2 in, right? We're going to crunch out this to the end. We've seen a lot of what I've done before. A lot of it's going to be the same. The research tree is loads different. Nowhere near as long, but much taller. A lot of the same research in there, but there's a lot of new research and new ideas as well. Also, the descriptions and descriptives are very different. So back to the normal game now, and we're just building our first residential, obviously. Taking a look at the spells, there's no new spells. That's confirmed from me, anyway. I've gone through all of the list, and there is no new ones there. There are new buildings, of course. And finally, the garrison has been changed to the hunting lodge, which I suppose the garrison was okay, but hunting lodge makes a lot more sense. Then on the space chapter, there is a lot more to look at, and it's very, very exciting. For me, anyway, and hopefully you all too. So remember, this is a new season series, number 4, starting from scratch because we don't have a choice. I am using Highlander again, and everybody's starting as blue. No sort of the Simpsons thing here. It's just Highlanders that are blue. Naming the nuggets again is an option for everybody and anybody that wants to, so please go ahead. I will do it in order of age, so whoever comments first gets the eldest and backwards, unless someone requests a specific nugget. First quest coming in now, as always. The woman wants us to make the bloke fall in love with her, so there you go, that is done.
I'll just put that over here in
They're
the
now
garbage
going to go in the
pile.
house
Here's
and
another
do
message that makes
the
more
thing.
sense. This is
And make
quite
us
a
2 more
beautiful
nuggets.
planet. Try
As from
not
the
to
shot that I
ruin
threw out a couple of
it.
days ago, the birds and the bees for the nuggets. Better than nothing, right? And then coming out into another quest straight away to name the nuggets something else. Now usually I name stone, rock or something, but this time I'm just going to put blue in front of the names. So stone is now blue stone, and stick is now blue stick.
Let's see how much you like them then.
Completing yet another quest. Moving us on. Remember, there are new quests now. Now, I don't know if it's changed the achievement for Highlander. We will have to look into that, and as soon as I get some information, I'll let you know. But there's at least 3 or 4 more quests, so they need to do them as well for Highlander to unlock it. Of course, if you already had it like I did, it still stays, and the achievements stay too. But for now, it may or may not need you to do the extra quests as well. And just as a snippet, there they are, so you can see that 𝐔𝐾 and bureaucracy, big bird, gifts of nature. I'm hoping that's supposed to be spelled like that, and they missed the T on purpose. And protect 𝐔𝐾 as well. They're all new to my knowledge. The rest of these are the older ones, the originals that we know how to do. And then obviously further down there are events as well, and there are an extra few events. Somewhere along the line I'm expecting the walking tree to come into this, or I'll just pick him up and chuck him on the fire. We'll see what happens, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I have actually lost him, so we'll need to find him again. I'm not sure if... Well, 2 things actually. I'm not sure if it is a him or a her. I have no idea. It's a tree. But what I do know is that it's walked off somewhere on the planet. And seeing as we're using the largest planet, I'm not entirely sure how easy it'll be to find them again. So moving over now, and we can see I've built building the 3 water pumps. The reason I built 3 was because... I don't know. I know that you need a lot of water. I am going to do the same trick where I use the 𝐸𝐸 spell to get the nuggets to breed faster and quicker and just take over. To speed up the process of everything, really, and get into that medium to late game. This is going to be a full season, not stopping midpoint like previously or getting to the moon. The moon likely will be an option, and then there are infinite planets, apparently. I don't know how any of that works yet, so we're going to find that out together. But what I do know is that there are at least 3, I believe, types of planet, and I want to go to at least one of each of them, or set up a civilization on each of those before this series will end. That way we'll get an idea of every single planet and its good or bad things, any animals or crops or however it works, but we'll figure it out together. That's my plan. Obviously, any other ideas or just anything really, let me know, and we'll add that in as well. But this series is liable to go on much longer than the previous ones. because normally within 10 up to, well, less than 10 videos I can kind of complete it up to the moon, but I expect this is going to be at least 30 or so. Fishing huts in. And also, if you notice at the top, you can see there's a much better UI now on the buildings. It shows the stats of the building, what it needs, what it uses, what it produces. It also shows the happiness, crime, and all of that along with it as well. All physically on the screen. One thing I have noticed in the buildings is that there is a new building called an air filter, which looks like, instead of me building 50 plus parks like in the previous series, we might actually have a way of just cleaning the air without having to build a lot of parks. I mean, I'll probably build a lot of parks anyway. This map is huge.
You've chosen the path of love, and your nuggets have responded in kind.
And there is a lot of new sayings, as they promised, 600, I believe, or more. And we are hearing a few of them as we go. Quite interested. It is a different game, even though there's not much change in this early stage. It's just interesting to notice these quirks and things that I haven't over the last few seasons. Okay, so I took down a warehouse that we researched, and then I've just done the reservoirs and I've prioed them. I really should have done them a lot sooner than now. We are about to go into winter and the reservoirs aren't even completed, and if they're not completed, they're not going to have no water. Now, the only advantage to that I have is the population is low. I mean, we've got 10 nuggets and a child. And they will drink from the lake, so they're not going to die, but they will get poisoned. Now, I can heal the poison, so it's not the end of the world, but what I will do, as soon as the reservoirs are complete, I will use the trickle spell, the rain spell, to try and get some water in them for the nuggets to use. As you can see now, winter has hit, the pumps have stopped, and that means now we are getting no income into the reservoir. So I need to do something to fix that. And there you go, Bluestone got infected by drinking from the lake. But a trickle spell that's only 10 points away will sort that one, and then we'll do the same for the other side as well.
What an interesting shade of green.
So we've got the quest to find the lost nugget, and as always, go on to the residential building, find the child that's missing. In this case, it's this one, and then just go to. They didn't fix it for the 1.0, so that's great. And then you can bring him back to the safety of, well, don't pick up the wolf by accident. Bring him back to the safety of your epicenter, and that quest will be complete. Easy peasy. Oh, and you get parks out of it as well. But you can't build them until you get the planks and bricks. Farms are going down. I'm going with 2 to start with, just to make sure I've got the income of food as needed. And then when the hunting lodges come in, I'll do the same. These Highlanders don't eat as much, right? They sleep more and they can get infected quick. So there's no like debuff on the eating side. But of course, with the points I've got, I'm using my telekinesis to get the resources over, the wood and the stone, as quick as possible, so that all they're having to do is
I hope you've been working
build,
on
really.
Your beach body. You're not going to spend another
Summer's
summer
here
just
now,
lazing
so
around,
that's
are
good
you?
to see. And we're in time, strike. And we're in time, hopefully, to get these farms up and running as well. And then the various different crops that come with that. Town hall is now complete, so finally we can assign a governor there. And that will mean that we don't have to keep assigning people now also. Remember, because this is 1.0, the Minister of Environment and the Minister of Space are now activated once you get the research. So coming in, and we've got a new quest popped up here. Gifts of Nature without the T. So I'm hoping that's an accident. If not, Creatio, you need to fix the spelling there. And all you need to do is find an animal and put it at your epicenter. Not sure what that's about. Basically, the story behind this quest is that they are low on food because it's winter, and can you help them out? Now, I did that and put it in that circle, but actually you need to put it in the epicenter itself. It goes green when you do it correctly. So you'll see I'll go and get a wolf and try that again like you do most quests. You can see that green circle comes up there to say it's accepted, and as soon as that goes in, quest is complete, and there's an achievement, a brand new one. So thank you very much, Creativo. So just coming back, and we're in winter now, but I can see that we've unlocked the Minister of Water, so that'll be handy moving forward. Obviously in winter it's irrelevant, but it's a good time to build them because they're not being delayed. And then you could see there as well that the Space Minister and the Environment one that I mentioned before is done. Bottom right hand corner, you can see I've got a cemetery that is on the brink of collapse. That means that I've misplaced engineer's hut that's supposed to do the auto fixing. I do miss it on occasion. This time, obviously, again, because this is going to be hopefully a long playthrough, I'm trying my best to overbuild some of the buildings. Reservoirs and eateries specifically. Now we're going to go into the trick that I always use. Got some creator points. So I'm going to use them, double clicking on every nugget I can see, and get some babies made. And there they go. So it don't take too long actually. They'll all go back and do the thing that they do, and of course then they will just come straight out and carry on working. Whether they have twins or not is unlikely because I haven't done any of the research for increasing the twins yet. So likely we won't get twins, but it's fine. What I do see is that the population is increasing reasonably quickly, which is what we want. Nothing yet is out of staff, so to speak, so I'm not actually running out of people too quick. Of course, you always need some nuggets spare to be your labourers, but as you just saw by that building I clicked on, there was a few labourers working on that, so we're good at the minute. Let me know if you're playing along, by the way. The seed for this map it's the gigantic map, the largest one, and the seed is just 1, the number 1 for 1.0, but it wouldn't let me do the point. So it's just 1, nice and simple if you want to play along. I've gone next to the largest water source, as I always do, just so that when I'm actually pumping the water out and fishing, etc., it means that you have to micromanage it a lot less. Right, so coming out of winter now, finally. It always looks a lot nicer when winter has gone. Just want to make sure that we are on board. I am running all of this on 1 fisher's hut at the minute, but food-wise, we are looking okay. I will get the hunting lodges in as soon as we can, and we have 2 farms going. Now, one of the farms is doing herb, and one is doing food, just for the convenience of making sure that both are coming in. So back into research, as I've got 4 slots again to do. Now this is a bit more complex or complicated than what I'm used to, because normally you just work right across the map. There's a lot of ups and downs here, so just making sure I'm not missing something obvious. We've got the essentials in anyway, agriculture, and then the material refinement, which is the next one, is the next gate for a lot of the ones that aren't already researched. I'll try and get done what I can. But there's no major rush. It seems that you start with 80 discovery points, unless I've missed something. I've had that, and I haven't got it from anything specific. So it seems that you do start with that. What I'm going to use it for, I have got no idea at the minute. I'm not. Basically, I'll see what we need later on, whether the water's the problem or the food's the problem, etc. I may go down the fishing one because we only have 1 fishing hut, or it'd be easier just to build another fishing hut. And then there you could see I've gone for the material refinement and then into education, because the quicker you get all of your nuggets educated, the better. This end space era of research is insane. As you can see, there is a lot to do there. That one is around the weapon damage, weapon cooldown, and shooting range. I'm not sure if there's going to be a better fighting capability now with the exiles or with other planets, or how it works. But there's a couple of researchers that specify, like that one as well, better combat skills for the nuggets. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. I'm hoping it's not going to take me too long to get there. The bits before you're already aware of, and you know that I can get through the game and research reasonably quickly over a period of a week or so. Remember, this is episode 1, and I am going to be ending it here shortly. Episode 2 will also be out today, as long as everything goes okay, and we'll jump forward a little bit there for you as well to make sure we keep on track. So with that said, I am going to end it, and I would like to thank you all for viewing this video. I appreciate it very much. If you could subscribe and like the video to let me know you like it, that would be fantastic. If you want to play along, this seed is 1, the number 1, and it is the largest map available, and I'm using Highlander as the gene. So see you in episode 2, that again should be very shortly, and thanks again for watching. Take care. Goodbye.